What has happened to silver? 70% production and the new export rules. Strategic squeeze on silver as it happens. Why is the world panicking over China's silver? As China's crackdown on silver exports is set to begin.
Hello, you're watching Explained with me, Devika Devan. On the 27th of December, Elon Musk wrote this on X. This is not good. Silver is needed in many industrial processes. The tweet by Elon Musk was flagging a graph showing the explosion of silver prices globally. The reason? China's decision to restrict silver exports starting the 1st of January 2026. On the 30th of August 2025, Chinese Ministry of Commerce issued new rules governing the state-traded exports of tungsten, antimony and silver exports for 26-27. The aim was to step up the protection of resources and the environment. The new rules specify the requirement for domestic manufacturers and traders to apply for export qualifications, including credit loan quotes and 2022-24 exports that exceeded designated levels. They also detailed the application process, ensuring that only qualified and responsible companies are granted export rights. Under the new law, silver shipments would require government licenses and only state-approved producers with at least 80 tons of annual output and $30 million in credit lines would qualify. The move would sideline smaller exporters and threaten to curb international supply overnight. Just before the new rules kick in, China has named the 44 companies it will allow to export silver. That's two more than 2025 for silver. In 2025, global silver production was roughly 830 million ounces, or about 25,000 to 26,000 metric tons of mined silver globally. China, the world's second largest silver producer, accounted for approximately 13% of the total mine output, producing around 109 million ounces, which is equivalent to 3,000 to 3,400 metric tons of silver. India's domestic mine production remains much smaller at about 24 million ounces, representing roughly 2.9 to 3% of the global mined silver. That's in terms of mining. But when it comes to the total silver supply and processing, the global value is 1 to 1.05 billion ounces. This is where China dominates. An estimated 600 to 700 million ounces per year is refined and processed in China. This translates to about 60 to 70% of the world's processed silver. Compare that to India's share, which is as low as single digits, a few hundred tons at local refineries. So any activity by China closing its export doors will naturally affect the global supply chain. How exactly has the market now reacted? In the last 3 months, the global silver prices have climbed sharply, beginning near the low 40s in late October and moving above $50 by mid-November as investor and industrial demand strengthened. By early December, prices crossed the $60 mark, reflecting tightening supply and broader precious metals momentum. Heading into the Christmas week, silver surged past $70 and then the mid-70s, even approaching record high near $77 per ounce on 26th December. But what was witnessed on 29th December in India has caused the market to worry. The price of silver hit rupees 2.5 lakh per kilogram for the first time, reaching rupees 2.54 lakhs and then later in the day cracking by rupees 21,000 and closing at rupees 2.33 lakh, all in the same day. So why has China used silver like a strategic asset? As opposed to gold, which is used to build trust in money, silver is used globally with the intent of controlling a very important resource. That is because silver today plays an important role in everyday life, powering electronics and smartphones, computers and EVs, because it is the best natural conductor of electricity. It is vital to renewable energy, especially in solar panels, where silver helps convert sunlight into power. In medicine, silver is used in wound dressings, surgical instruments, and antibacterial coatings to prevent infection. It also plays a role in water purification, photography, mirrors, jewelry, coins, and high-end tableware. So anyone who has a control over the flow of these resources will naturally have a lot of strategic control over the silver market. This also means, just like gold, you can't just stop buying silver because it also plays the role of being an important commodity. This is why, in the larger context, China's silver restrictions have caused a global shake-up and has got the world reacting. Listen in.
On January 1st, 2026, China tightens the gate on silver exports. Not someday. A new licensing rule flips on, and it can choke the metal that sits inside your phone, your car, your solar panels, and a surprising amount of US defense hardware.
So silver just crushed everything this year. It just became the third most valuable asset in the world. And China just did something very strategic. They stopped selling silver.
Take a look at this. Something historic is happening in the silver market right now, and almost nobody is talking about it. Starting January 1st, China is locking down silver exports, requiring special licenses that most companies will not qualify for.
So it's official. Starting January 1st, China will begin restricting its supply of silver to the global market. And when they control roughly 60 to 70% of global supply, that single decision is about to throw a major wrench throughout our entire economy.
This is about control, strategic materials, and a structural shift in how critical resources are being treated in a world that is quietly moving from globalization to competition.
Ever-increasing demand, global supply shake-up, more control in China's hands. This is the same rare earths template that China has used as a strategic weapon in the past. The similarity is 70% control over world's rare earth elements and 70% control over the world's refined and processed silver supply. This is how China has caused the silver surge and volatility. That's it for today's Explained. Thank you for watching.
What has happened to silver? 70% production and the new export rules. Strategic squeeze on silver as it happens. Why is the world panicking over China's silver? As China's crackdown on silver exports is set to begin.